Morning everyone. I'm on my post pump class walk and I just wanted to share something with you that I heard and was thinking about yesterday. I don't know if you listen to 5 Live, which I tend to have on when I'm working most days, obviously when I haven't got clients there, and in the afternoon I tend to listen to Nihal Athanayaka, and he has some really interesting guests on. But yesterday he was discussing the fact that the BBC had brought out a report to say that in terms of obesity, certain places in the country are doing better than others, and I think Leeds was showing as really paving the way for getting their figures down for children. So the focus was on children, and he was asking his audience to phone in and give their experiences about, I guess, their feelings about telling children that they are fat or that they're overweight. How did we do it, and how would you tell your children, and also people's experiences and how that might have affected their life and their relationship with food. They talked about food in the same way that I do. You know, it's a relationship with food, and the responses were really varied, obviously, and one lady had a very, very damaging relationship, I guess, with her mum, who had forever told her that she was fat, and he was asking how we would present that to our children. And I work with parents all the time, that's what I do, and parents of usually older children and sometimes teenagers who are very, very aware of themselves, what they look like, what their skin's like, what their body's like. And you know, I 100% agree with the lady there yesterday. If you're going to tell children or you're going to tell teenagers that they're fat or they're overweight, you know, you can set up such damaging limiting beliefs for life. That's not the way I approach it, and that's not the way I approach when I work with anybody, whether they're talking to children or you know, talking to adults. Food and eating well is not about weight. It's not about weight loss. It's not about counting calories. Eating well is about self-reward. It's about giving yourself and your children, and we have responsibility as parents. You know, a lot of the time I see parents killing their children with kindness, giving them sweets, meeting them from school with a croissant, giving them a donut as a treat. These aren't treats. These don't do your children any good whatsoever. So it's about us being parents, but it's also about, you know, it's about reward. It's not about denial. It's not what people can't have, and it's not what our teens, our children can't have. It's about 100% the things that they should have to nurture them, to make their skin good, to make their skin shine, to make them feel good about themselves, to enable them to sit exams and to study and to be our best version of ourselves. And that goes for our children. And so, yeah, no, you never tell your children that they're fat or they're overweight. And you know, if you're eating the right stuff, then you probably won't have to. I've never had to have a conversation in my kitchen with my 3 teens, with any of them, about watching what they ate in that way. That's not the focus, and it should not be the focus. The focus is about treating yourselves and giving yourselves the best you possibly can, and giving your children the best they possibly can. And when they're old enough to do it themselves, to go out and to make sensible choices themselves. It's about reward. It's about counting nutrients, never counting calories, and never equating what we're eating with that whole negative feeling of diet and weight loss. So I didn't get on to 5 Live. In actual fact, I did ring in and they said they were going to call me back, which was unfortunate. They obviously ran out of time completely. But that's my feeling about, as parents, what we should be doing, focusing on the good. And all our messaging is positive, otherwise we will set up damaging, limiting beliefs for life.